Alright, so tomorrow's Friday, means vacation starts, looking cool, it's Christmas in a week, and oh hey, what's up? It's DemiGod here, and you're watching DemiGod TV. Today we got another video for you all, or I got another video for you all, because as you can see, I don't have no crew, I know. But anyway, my previous two videos, number one's the vlog that introduces this channel, number two is the Hobbit Desolation of Smaug movie review. Also too, if you watch the vlog, you'll know we're going to do music stuff here on this channel. I'm a big metal fan / rock and roll fan, and I read all into that sort of stuff. And what I've noticed is everybody in that world, or at least like the bigger names like Metal Hammer, VH1, and UltimateGuitar.com, have been doing their top 10 or top 50, top whatever they want to do, either songs or albums that have come out this year in 2013. And you know what? I might as well fucking post on YouTube because I love this type of shit. There was a lot of great releases this year. I mean, starting from like I think March, February until now. Like there's been so much. Now, keep in mind I don't have them all. I didn't buy every single one. I only bought the ones that I knew were coming out even before I heard there was going to be albums. And again, the way I listed it, it's not because this is where I think they stand. It's just my personal preference. It's where I wanted to put them. And this is all just my opinion. So before we continue on with that, if you want to put your own suggestions when I post this into what you think are your favorite albums, or what you think should have been on my list I should check out, or anything that you want to say about it, leave it in the comments. So we're going to get started here with number 10. And number 10 for me is Five Finger Death Punch, The Wrong Side of Heaven, and The Righteous Side of Hell, Volume 2. As you know, Death Punch worked on their 4th studio album this year. This is number 4, but technically they're divided into 2. The story behind that is Zoltan said that they had I think 20 or 25 plus tracks, so they were like, the record company was like, you gotta do one album, but then Zoltan Bathory's like, shows on the song list, and he's like, can we actually even fucking fit this in one album? He's like, you know what? Go ahead and do it. That's the story I've heard. I'll have to find a link on deathpunch.com or on Facebook. But that's my number 10. I'm going to fix this a little bit. Kind of got knocked over. There we go. Number 9 would be the Stone Temple Pilots High Rise EP with Chester Bennington. As we all know, Scott Weiland was just kicked out of the band. My personal feeling is that I hope the best happens for Scott. I hope he gets his act together. And I hope that maybe, he can find something else better for him. I don't know, we'll have to see. But, and then Stone Temple Pilots just comes out of nowhere with Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. And when I first heard this, I was like, please tell me he's not leaving. Please tell me he's not leaving Linkin Park. But no, he's doing both. 5-song EP. An album is scheduled for next year. I forget when exactly. I think it's really early this year. Or not really this year, but, it's almost 2014, so that's why I said this year. Or, I think it's, midway. I have to read it up again. I'll try and find that link as well. But, that's that. Number 9. Number 8, this was a really good one too, was Alice in Chains, The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. I love Alice in Chains, but I wasn't sure what to do because, I love the Lane era. My favorite album is probably Dirt. Leave a comment if you want to tell me what your favorite Lane era Alice in Chains album is. And then I was like, I'll give it a chance. And I actually ended up really liking it. It's a weird cover. It's kind of translucent red. You can't really tell by how I'm doing it, but basically this is basically one of those 3D effect things, and basically it outlines this one, and there's a really faint one. You probably can't even see it on camera. Another faint Triceratops skull head right there, but it's really cool. It's a great album. Definitely recommend it. And number 7, not to be corny or anything, but this is my next band's favorite number and lucky number. My boys, or my favorite boys of the Christian metal group, or the Christian metal world, Striper, No More Hell to Pay. Now, I gotta be honest, does that not win album cover of the year? I mean, that is awesome. Let me know what you guys think. And I saw them live over the summer. Actually, it was July 12th, 2013. And I got to hear them play Marching into Battle, track number 7 off this record. And then they were like, new album comes out November 19th. And I was like, dude, I'm hooked. I'm buying. Bought it. Bam. Loved it. Michael Sweet, Oz Fox, Tim Gaines, and Robert Sweet do not fail to disappoint. Buy this. I'm telling you, buy this right now. Well, not right now, but you know my point. Number 6, some Titans returned this year, which was really surprising for me. Black Sabbath 13. Now, as we all know, in late 2010 or early 2011, I'm trying to remember, late Ronnie James Dio passed away from Heaven and Hell. That's what he decided to name the band, because that was like their sort of reincarnation back with Dio. And, you know, we didn't hear a lot from Sabbath in 2010 on, because for 3 years they didn't know what they're going to do. And then out of nowhere, Ozzy's back. Like, the fuck? Like, but anyway, they came back, hit it hard with 13. And I mean, for an Ozzy album, it's good. I mean, it has good tracks in there. End of the Beginning, God is Dead. I think Loner was pretty good, and I can't remember if it was Dear Father or Live Forever. I mean, it was a solid album, but I mean, you know, compared to if they made another Heaven and Hell album, you know, if Dio was still alive, who knows what that would have been like, you know? But anyway, I still like the album. Nonetheless, it was really good. Next one. This one was really cool because I was looking forward to this for a while. Newsted Heavy Metal Music. So we all know now that Jason Newsted has his own band. It's just called Newsted. It's his last name. Ex-bassist of Metallica, and he had another group, and the name is escaping my mind right now. Leave it in the comments, somebody who knows it. And it was really cool. Like, I heard the EP back in, like, fucking January when that thing came out. And the 4 songs were Soldier Head, King of the Underdogs, oh, shit, Godsnake. I'm pissed. That didn't make it on the album. That was such a good song. And, there's one more, and I can't remember what it was. I think, no, I'm not even going to say it. I don't remember. But, and then in August, we got hit with the full-length album, and one thing that was kind of cool is that Mike Mushak, Stain, was on this album. So you had Jason Newsted and Mike Mushak working together. It was just fantastic. It was amazing. But, yeah, I definitely like the way Jason's gone now. I mean, he does still do things with Metallica from time to time. He did do the 30th anniversary shows with them. But, you know, on his own now, with his own band, really happy for him. Amazing release, Jason. You get the devil horns. All these bands will get the devil horns, but I'm just showing you guys right now. Number 4, getting back to a sort of 2-part release. Wrong Side of Heaven and Righteous Side of Hell, Volume 1. This album kicks fucking ass. I mean, from the first riff to Lift Me Up to the ballad of Mine or End This Way, whatever you want to call it, and then the Fast and Furious You. I mean, there's not one song that fails to disappoint on this album. It hit hard. It went in. That's what she said. You know, it was just, it blew my mind because, you know, I love these guys. Ivan, Zoltan, Jeremy, Chris, and Jason. They all do an amazing job in this band. I have all their albums. I even have the Iron Fist edition of Way of the Fist. Definitely recommend this group. They do not fail to disappoint. Love them. I can't wait to see what else they got in store. Talking about band returns, here's another one that really struck my mind. But before I show it, I don't have the actual CD case that this came in. Someone just burnt the CD for me, so, you know, they took the tracks, put it on a separate CD. But it was the Queensryche album, not to be confused with Jeff Tate's Queensryche. This is the all-new Queensryche with Todd Latour. And I remember hearing it, I'm like, this has got to be Jeff. This is a fucking joke, right? But no, and then I was like, huh, okay. And, but oh my god, was it a great album. I mean, for a short, like, time-wise length album, the album's only like 35 minutes long, but I mean, it still has heavy hitters. Redemption, Fallout, there's a couple other ones in there. I'm trying to remember them now, but they're not coming to mind right now. But it was a great album. I mean, it was something that I didn't even see coming. I wasn't even aware of it, and then we get this release from Queensryche, or a new Queensryche, that's just out of this world. So definitely recommend Queensryche. And again, it's just a burnt CD. So we're moving on to number 2. This should be cool. Megadeth Super Collider. This album got mixed reviews. I can see why. But here's my stand on it. We are never, as Megadeth fans, going to get another Rust in Peace sort of album. I think that's what people are expecting out of Megadeth at this point. Like, they're expecting, like, another, like sort of, like, sequel or follow-up to Rust in Peace. But you got to understand, we're never going to get that. Dave even, you know, says, you know, to repeat yourself is boring. And I can see why. And it's just that, you know, I mean, I love Megadeth. I just saw them literally, let's say this weekend's the 22nd, so 3 weeks ago. Again, it was an amazing show, but, you know, it's just you're never going to get that same quality Rust in Peace that we had. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a great album, but, you know, I want to point that out right now. I just wanted to say that, get it off my chest, because it did get mixed reviews, but that's just my view on it. Megadeth Super Collider, I definitely think it was stellar, but I mean, and it was really, not underrated, but it definitely pardon me, got mixed reviews, and I just want to come out and say that I liked it no matter what. I actually loved it no matter what, and definitely look at it in the perspective of Megadeth now is not going to be the same that we had back then in the 90s. Case in point, we're not getting another Rest in Peace, and we're just going to continue to get whatever Dave, Chris, David, and Sean give us. So, we've gone through 10 to 2. Now, here's my number one favorite album. I don't care what any of you say. I don't care whatever hate comments that you give me if you do comment on this. I don't care what anybody says. This, hands down, was my favorite album release of this year by far. And it got definitely a lot of more negative than it got positive. So, here we are with my personal number one of the year. Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King. I'm going to say this right now again. I think the reason why people reacted to the way it did, no, not because of This Means Sports, because, you know, we've lost the Rev. I mean, he was one of the primary songwriters of the band, right? And, you know, actually, this next Saturday will be 4 years. I will be doing a vlog honoring the Rev, and I will be talking about, you know, how I got into A7X and just sort of what I think. But, you know, they lost him, and, you know, as a community, we feel for them, and it's like, you know, there's nothing we can do. So what we're going to get from Avenged Sevenfold is definitely going to be different than what we got with, you know, Avenged Sevenfold with the Rev, per se. But nonetheless, I mean, it was melodic, it hit heavy. I think M's has sounded, I think this is by far my favorite vocal style M has done in any 87X album. A really close second runner-up would be the self-entitled 2007 one. But, I mean, I just loved it. I thought, from the moment the church bells of Shepherd of Fire were going off to the, you know, heavy hard hitter Hail to the King, to even, like, the Ballad of Crimson Day. Like, that was an amazing song. And you know, it's definitely one that, you know, I heard was wrote for his son. And it was just a great album overall. I hate the way it's been getting reviewed. But, you know, it's just, again, this is anybody's personal review. This is what I feel about it. So you don't have to necessarily agree with me. This is just what I felt. So this is my personal number one. You could have a different number one. Leave it in the comments if you want to. Well, that is all the time I have for you guys today, as tomorrow is my official start of vacation. I can't wait. And I will definitely be bringing you guys more stuff. Vlogs, TV updates if I watch anything over break. There's not going to be any of my new my shows are going to be doing new episodes, but you know, movie reviews of even older movies. I'm debating doing Jurassic Park because I've just kind of been watching it a little bit, and you know, anything else you guys want me to do. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You all know what to do because those of you who have been on YouTube for like years all know the deal. And watch my other two videos, which is the vlog explaining the introduction to this channel and what's in it, and then yesterday's video, which was the Hobbit 2, the Hobbit Desolation of Smaug movie review. This is DemiGod, and I'm signing off at DemiGod TV. Hope you all have a great day, and keeping it real.